Hello, Dixie Belle Facebook world. Hello, hello. Please say hello back to me when you come on so that I know that you're out there. I put a little post out today. I'm hoping that you guys saw it, that I am painting my kitchen cabinets just like you asked. You asked for it. You asked, you shall receive. Excuse me while I drink my Starbucks coffee. This is not a plug. This is not a commercial. This is an addiction. That's what it is. Yay, I've got some people on. Hello, say hello. Let me know who you are. Dixie Belle, let me know when you're on. I don't know who's going to be with us tonight, commenting for me and helping to answer some questions. But I am here to paint my cabinets. Yay, Deb, you're the first one. Hi. Good to see you. Okay, guys, so I actually am going to tell you, I'm going to be honest, I started this like a week ago. Hi, Diane. Hi, Juana. This is the deal. This is the take on what I'm doing here. Yes, Debbie, I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. It's been 4 years. Jasmine, hi, sweetheart. Thank you for joining tonight and commentating here for me. Hi, Angie and Diane. Yes, we love it when you guys, Diane's from Berkshires. We love it when you guys tell us where you're from. Miss Judy's from Canada. Lori, stop, honey. Thank you. It's so good to see you. Good to see you on here. So, these cabinets were painted. Okay, let's start from scratch. This is the deal. This is why I think that you guys want me to do this, because I think y'all relate to my situation, all right? That I want to not only be a teacher to you on here when I come on Whimsical Wednesday nights here. I'm Tracy of Tracy's Fancy. If you're brand new, I have my own furniture painting business, and I'm a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint. And we come here every single Wednesday night at 7 o'clock right here, and we learn, we paint, and we talk about design, we talk about color, we talk about painting processes and steps and products. And so I've been kind of dropping the hint that I wanted to paint my kitchen cabinets, and they jumped on it and they said, do it. Well, I was afraid to do it live without trying it first in specific colors. And so I did it. My husband and I have been with it for about a week, and my 13-year-old daughter, and she's extremely opinionated. So this is the deal. I live in a home. I tell y'all this all the time. My house was built in 1964. It is not like one of those cute little quaint 1920s homes or a craftsman home or anything like that. It's a Texas, they call it a ranch style. It's one story, kind of got a little bit of a Spanish flair. 1964, so it's a year older than I am. And we've never done a one-time major overhaul in the house. It's all cut up into tiny little rooms and everything's all segregated off. I would love to Joanna Gaines it and come in and blow out a wall. And Lisa, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. I'm going to talk about that. There's a learning curve. Gator Hide is a fantastic product. Fantastic. But there is a learning curve, and you definitely need to do some practice runs before you go doing like a big project with it. So anyway, I'd love to Joanna Gaines it and have this big, open, fabulous kitchen. Is anyone hear me? Because I see them all the time. I see them on Facebook. I see them on Pinterest. I see them in my friends' houses. I see them, did I already say Pinterest? I see them in magazines. I have kitchen envy. I do. I want the walls blown out and where I can see my family, but instead I have a galley kitchen. It's not small. It's a good sized galley kitchen. It's long and it's pretty wide. It's much wider than a normal galley kitchen, but it's still a galley kitchen. Michelle is saying yes to all of that, right, Michelle? So I feel like I am sort of on the average team. I feel like I'm in a home like a lot of people are in. And, you know, you can take it a room at a time, or you can, you know, I want to put a pool in before we go busting down walls and getting into that. So this is the deal. My husband painted our kitchen cabinets about 4 years ago. It was another paint company, another paint brand. The coverage was not great. You had to do multiple coats, and but the paint has lasted. It is a chalk paint. Most chalk paints are pretty good if you apply them well and you do all of the right steps. So we did that. He did that the first time around. The only issue I had with it was it took a lot of paint, whereas that's Dixie Belle has fixed that. Dixie Belle is the most amazing coverage. So it works like chalk paints. It sticks, it adheres. If you follow the right steps, it lasts forever, it's durable, but theirs has fantastic coverage in addition to that. So these have held up well. We kind of distressed them a little around all the edges at the time. So where you see it looks like it's worn off, that was on purpose. That was, you know, artfully distressing. That's what I was into at the time. And it's not me anymore. And it's the last red in the house. There's no more red in the house. Now, there's so many things to take into consideration, you guys, when you paint your kitchen cabinets. So I'm here today to tell you, you can paint your kitchen cabinets. I'm also here to tell you, it does not have to be a long, drawn out, big, huge, take all the doors off, take it out in the garage. I've painted kitchen cabinets. My company has done many kitchens, so many that I don't do them anymore. I don't enjoy them. They do not bring me joy. They are a lot of work. I usually did it off location, so I would go there, paint the bodies, take the doors with me, do the doors at home, travel back with them. A lot of work. Don't like it. So I've been wanting to get rid of this red, but just the thought in my mind that it's just too much. It's too much. I don't want to get into that big job. I just blew that theory. I blew it, and that's what I'm here to teach y'all tonight. If you are jonesing to paint your kitchen cabinets, you can do it. It does not have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be a huge blow up, can't use your kitchen for a week or 2 weeks kind of thing. All right, I promise it doesn't. There's workarounds. What I want to talk to you for a second about is color. So you can see my granite up here. This granite is very goldy. It's got a lot of gold in it, but it also has a lot of gray and a lot of black in it as well. And what we did on this other section that I'm not going to show y'all tonight, y'all are going to have to wait and follow me on my page where I'm going to post tomorrow the section that's completed, hardware and all is completed. That will be shared on my page tomorrow. So make sure that you are following me on my page tomorrow. It was quick, it was easy. I've been dying to keep going, but I wanted to do it with y'all. Okay, so we're gonna tackle this section and maybe that section up there, maybe one side of each, okay? So, when you're looking at color, I do advise you to put the paint on your cabinets before you do your whole set of cabinets. Do like I did. I chose one section like this and one section at the top, and we lived with the colors for a week. We let the sun set and rise. We let the sun rise. We let the sun set. We let the shadows cast. We let all of that happen because you need to do that with color. Color changes throughout the day, especially in areas that don't get a lot of sunlight. So I'm going to advise you to do that. All right, that is what we did. Yes, Jerry D says she's done hers twice. It's not that bad. I'm going to guess that you probably did it and took your doors off. I don't know, but I did it without taking my doors off and without taking my drawers out. I really did that. So that's what I'm going to show y'all, okay? I'm going to give you the courage to do it. Maybe you want to start in your bathroom first, or a little hall bath, or your own bathroom that not everybody sees. Get yourself practiced. Yes, I'm a super experienced painter. I have had a lot of experience and a lot of fails in my past and learned from those. So anyway, about color, we have decided to go with black on the bottom, only on the bottom. So I've done black on the bottom, and I'm going to go with caviar. That's what I used, was caviar. And I'm going to go with another color on the top, but I'm not going to tell y'all until we get a little bit further into this broadcast, okay? So I did that when I painted all the kitchen tiles. That very, very, very much might happen. I'm going to see, our walls are already gray. I don't think you can see the walls right here. Maybe if I make this go up, you can see gray up above there. Do you see the ceiling is white, the brick is like an off-white, and there's gray up above the cabinet. So that is the gray that is pretty much through our entire house. It's a Sherwin-Williams color. People ask about it all the time when I do my live videos. It is, oh my gosh, I just drew a blank. I say it all the time. Oh my gosh, I just drew a stupid blank. I'll come back to that. Anyway, it's a beautiful gray. I love it. So when we change the paint colors, Right now you see red and you see all the beiges. Well, when we changed the paint colors, it pulled out more of the grays and the blacks in the stones. So I really, really, really like it a lot. So I have already, let's get some paint going, guys. I have already cleaned both this section and the top section. So we're in a tight squeeze right here. My refrigerator is right here. This is my fridge. And why is that not turning? That's my fridge. Hold on. I don't know why that won't turn. And that is my stove area. Okay, so we're just in this little center cabinet. This is where I keep like my appliances. No, y'all are gonna start guessing my grays. No, it's not repose and it's not agreeable. No. Oh my gosh. Hey, it's in my whole house and I tell people what it is all the time. That's crazy. I can't believe I can't think of it. Anyway, I've already cleaned this bottom and the top with my spray. Y'all know, y'all recognize my bottle. It's my green bottle with my blue tape. Says cleaner on it, and it is my White Lightning. So I keep White Lightning mixed in here all the time. This is what I clean my furniture with. It's what I cleaned the cabinets with. I gave them a shower. I literally, nope, it's not worldly gray either. Mindful. It's mindful. Mindful. Yes, Sharon. Thank you. Sharon just typed it. Yes, it's mindful gray. Mindful gray. And I love it, and I recommend it to many, many people. I just realized that I didn't put my microphone on, so let me do that real quick while I tell y'all what I've done. So I gave him a shower. I literally took this spray bottle and just started spraying at the top all the way across, back and forth, and I just let it drip down. I literally just let it run into all the nooks and crannies, and I let it drip all the way onto the floor, and then I wiped it up from the floor, and then I also did a clean spray of just water. So another bath or shower with just straight water to make sure that we got all of the White Lightning off. Excuse me while I put my microphone on because I'm going to be turning my back to you guys. So is this exciting? Because I want to know, who out there is really, really wanting to paint their kitchen cabinets? Come on, y'all. Let me know y'all can still hear me. I'm going to show y'all you can do it. It's not hard. So I did one section this size already. I have this section. I have a section under my stove, and then if I do it in 2 cabinets at a time, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more sections on the other side, and I have like a bar area as well. So that is the color Mindful Gray. Is it like, no, it's not. A Sawmill Gravy is, like a beigey gray. No, it's gray. It's a gray for sure. It's Mindful Gray. Okay, so cleaned it, White Lightning, sprayed it down again with water, wiped it all back with paper towels. I was kind of actually surprised that it was not as dirty as I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to get, it's so important to degrease your cabinets. You absolutely cannot do this. Do not paint your kitchen cabinets, you guys, without degreasing them. Priming the cabinets is you have to do it. Now, something else I want to tell you is, and I can't wait to show y'all what I did to the hardware over there, but you have to wait until tomorrow. Something else that I want to tell you is that if you have oak cabinets, if you're painting oak, which a lot of you do have that 1980s oak, I do recommend that you prime them, you guys. I would use Boss, and I would use Boss White. If you're going with a color, you don't need to use it clear. So I would go with Boss White. I would do a coat of Boss White for sure. That oak is, it bleeds. It bleeds. And if you're trying to do white or a cream or something like that, you're for sure. If you're going to do black, don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. If you're going to do black or navy or antebellum blue, you wouldn't have to prime it. You just don't. You don't need to. If you've cleaned it really well, you do not need to prime it. So I know these cabinets are old. They were not oak. I don't know what they were made out of, but I do know that they were primed first, and because Matt primed them, and then he painted the red, and then we did glaze, and then we did several coats of sealer, and this was 4 years ago, and it wasn't Dixie Belle products. So I know that they've already been primed, so I'm not worried about it. The bottom, I wasn't worried about it anyway, because the bottom is going to be black. So there's no bleed through. None at all. So You know what, Joette? I don't even know what alder wood is, but if it's wood and you are going to paint a light color of any sort at all, I would do Boss White. For sure. I would. Okay, so all I did was take those off. All you need is your paint, and this is what you need if you're not going to take your cabinet doors off. You need, I'm using the flat medium brush. I've got, this one's a little bit newer, so it's not so bowed out. That other one, this one's been through the ringer, y'all. I can't tell y'all how much I've used this brush, but look how well they hold their shape. I mean, this one's hundreds of times. They hold their shape so well. So that's this one. And then you'll also need like these artist brushes. These are 1 inch wide. And then I've also got a smaller one somewhere right here. These 2 brushes like this. Okay. And these are because I am not taking my doors off. Why? Why, when I have a drill, am I not going to take my doors off? Because it's just maybe because I've taken too many off over the years. I don't know. But it makes me not want to do it. It makes me not, if I have to take the doors off, it just makes me not want to do it. And I want to paint my cabinets. So I'm not taking them off. And now I'm excited because I'm not taking them off. I'm just going to paint. Besides the obvious, what is the difference? Christine, it really depends on what you're going to be doing. So, I mean, obvious, yes, one's clear and one's white. Do you want a color block? If you're wanting to block for color, let's say you're painting a purple piece and you want it to be light pink, well, you should probably use the white because it also blocks the color. All right. And you can use less paint. The reason that I give all the time is Clear Boss is for someone who is wanting, I think it's best used for pieces that you tend to think that you're going to distress back a little bit, or what's that? Wet distress back, or sand, rough them up a little bit, and you want your wood to come back through. If you want your wood to come back through, and then there just be paint and then wood in some exposed areas or corners or whatever, that's when you use Clear Boss. So you can look like you painted over raw wood, but you actually painted over a primer, but the primer was clear. So it's a little bit tricky, right? If you paint it white Boss and then you go ahead and distress because that was your plan, you're going to end up with a white layer. You're going to have your pink paint and then your white layer and then the purple paint under it. So you're going to end up with, I'm sorry, that was just if it was over wood. But do you get what I mean? You can distress and have raw wood show, and there's no halo. I call it a halo. Brenda, I have the sprayer that Dixie Belle offers, and I also have a larger, more commercial sprayer, and I hate it. I hate spraying. Sorry. The one that Dixie Belle's carrying right now, the little Wagner sprayer, that one's actually fun. That's more of like a crafty sprayer, and it would be great for cabinets. But then again, you have to do all the prep work. You have to come in here with tarps and tape everything off, or take your drawers out, or you got to spray in a tent, or, you have to do, this is what I want to do. I want to sit down and real quietly with my music going, and I want to do this. I just like to paint. That's my thing. There is a time for spraying. I've had clients request it, and I do it, but really only if they ask me to. Okay, so here we go. All I've done is clean. That's it. I'm going to get my brush here, and we'll see what my paint consistency's like. Sometimes y'all know that I spray my brush a little bit. I've got my mister. I don't even have a tarp down, y'all. I have no tarp, no paper, nothing. It's just the bare floor. That's it. That's all. I just have my stuff sitting around me. I have no protection. I have furniture I spray on here sometimes first. I'm not going to. I want really thick, good coverage on here, so I'm not. I just sprayed my brush a little bit, and you can go in different directions, guys. You don't have to make your paint perfect at first. See, you can go in different directions, and actually it's kind of good to, especially if you've got a wood grain, or if something's been painted before like these and there are brush marks in them. I'm going to put a little bit of water on there. It's good to go in all directions with your brush, because that way you know that you're getting a really, really good coverage around all of those brush marks or the carvings or whatever it is that you're using. So you can just take it in a bunch of different directions. And then once you've finished out an area, then you can go back and straighten it out. Just an up and down, just like that. Then what I did, because I did want a really smooth final coat, then I took a sprayer and I kind of did it at the last second. Just put a little bit on there, just enough. It just sort of puts a mist on it and lets it start to settle. That'll help it self-level a little bit. Just kind of light. When I do this right now, guys, it's just real light. I'm just running my brush on really light. So now I'm going to get quite a bit on my brush, and I actually probably should have done this first, but we have this, my daughter hates it, this trim that's on there. She's like, Mom, that's so old-fashioned. I don't think it is. I mean, here we are at, we're paying for mold and stuff and adding, but whatever. She doesn't like it. She wants everything to look like Chip and Joanna, and that would be great, but you know what? She's not paying the bills, is she? She's not having to come up with the funds. She's just full of 13-year-old opinions. So I'm like, well, it is what it is, Zadie. Just, it's less noticeable when it was black, for sure. So I will tell you that the section that I've already done, I did not do anything fun or crazy to it, all right? I did not. It does look like velvet. Thank you. I love it. I did not use any glazes or Dixie dirt or colored waxes. I just wanted simple. I just wanted simple. So that was another reason I let it sit for a week, because I thought, well, maybe I want to shadow my, around the edges and the molding a little bit. And we decided not to. We decided to do something fun with the hardware instead. So, was someone asking where gray, this is going to look nice, where does the gray come in at? Gray. Oh, because we were talking about gray? Is that what you're asking? We were talking about the colors of my walls. My walls are actually gray. My walls are Sherwin-Williams Mindful Gray. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open this up a little bit. Let me move this like this, so I can step out a little bit. I'm going to open this and leave it open. So I will do a second coat on here. I did on the other side. And oddly enough, you guys, let's talk about the sealer real quick. I did not go with gator hide. Are y'all surprised by that? I didn't use gator hide. I chose not to. Gator hide I love, and I use it on a lot of projects. There's a couple reasons I chose not to use it. One was for y'all, because I feel like a lot of people are scared of it, and I could have shown you differently, but I feel like I do that all the time anyway when I use it on my projects. But I still feel like that there's a lot of resistance to it, so I wanted to show you that the other top coats are really good. They are. I trust them. And I chose the satin, the top coat in satin. I really wanted a matte finish. That's super trendy right now, is to have just a matte finish. But the flat that we have is very, very flat. I mean, matte at least has like a little bit of like an eggshell sheen. And our flat, Dixie Belle flat, is very, very flat. And I know, did you know you can mix your top coats a little bit, guys? But, again, I'm just trying to keep it simple. So I went with the satin, and I love it. My husband really likes it too. So that's what I went with. I'm happy with it. And we just didn't do anything fancy. So that's that. One coat. I mean, honestly, the whole thing doesn't need 2 coats, but I am going to let this dry, and I will come back and do another coat in some areas. But isn't that gorgeous? It's really gorgeous, right? Okay, so I'm going to go and do the other door. So in doing this, let's see. You know what, Nancy? I'm going to show you something, and I am so ashamed of this, but remember, y'all know that I just work all the time, and Matt's the one who painted the cabinets because I was too busy to paint them 4 years ago. And the insides of some of the doors he did, he did one coat. He never glazed them. He never sealed them, and they're scratched up. These never got scratched. I don't have one single scratch on all of them at all. They held up really well. So because we did it right, but he didn't do the insides right, and it's gross. Like, it's uncured. This was an old paint that needed a top coat. Y'all know Dixie Belle doesn't require a top coat. Dixie Belle, after 30 days, is you don't have to top coat it. But this other paint that we used does need a top coat, or did need a top coat, and it's super, super flat and ugly here on the inside. And my cabinets, I really didn't want y'all to see the inside of my cabinets. I didn't make that very pretty now, did I? So, what I did was I let this drawer dry. I went ahead and did this drawer. I would leave it open, and then while these are opened, I started on the body. So this is what I did here. I left them open, and then I would start on the body. I chose to use, and I opened the drawers, I chose to use the smaller brush to paint. So remember I told you you would need this little artistic brush like this. I chose to use that for my first coat, especially because I just didn't want the black lapping over the edge there, and my brush was a little bit wide. And so I chose to use this, and it works, you guys. It worked very well. You don't have to, but I felt like this one, you're for sure going to end up having to go over your edge if you're not used to working with a fat brush, in a small area. Now, Dixie Belle does make a smaller brush. There's the flat small as well, and that works. You just kind of turn your edge, but look at that coverage, y'all. It's amazing. So really, all I got to say is clean it well, have enough paint to finish your project, get the right brushes, and just do it. You really do still have time to do it. I mean, we aren't going to be here, so I'm not going to have this finished by Thanksgiving, but I will have it finished by Christmas, no doubt. And Matt's not helping this time at all. This is all me. I'm the only one doing it. And the good thing is this chalk paint dries so fast that you can go ahead. I let my door stay open overnight, but you could go ahead and close your doors if you wanted to. But y'all know about those little felt pads, right? The little felt pads that you put right here on the inside of your door so that that painted surface never touches that painted surface. Instead, it's the felt pads that hit. Who said that about my appliances? Oh, because I'm painting them? Are you talking about my super old crock pot? I do have an Instapot and a pressure cooker and 2 queso pots and what else in here? A waffle maker. This is all like the plug-in appliances. Let's see. I'm hesitating because my cabinets are not wood. Oh, yes, I hate that. Are they Nancy, is that the stuff that's like that sheet that's baked onto it? Whatever they called that. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, Amanda. Well, I have little touches of red nails, but nothing big. But you're right. You're right. We might need some new appliances. Darn, we need new appliances. Okay, let me get up underneath this drawer, and then I'm going to go over here on the side and show you what I did around the hinges, okay? It self-levels so well, you guys. You really don't have to worry about like what direction your brush is going. I mean, we're not working with a wood grain here. I'm working with pre-painted surface anyway. I just want to get the chalk paint in there really well and then smooth out my strokes just like that. Smooth it out. Some good coverage. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to move you around here, and I may need to put something in the way so that this door doesn't close because that is still wet. So let's see. Okay, so over here are my hinges, and this is where this comes into play. This is where I used this little artist brush and may even need the other tinier one. This isn't as tight of a squeeze. Y'all see that? See the hinge right here? This isn't as tight of a squeeze. And the hinge is black, and this is black. But when I paint the top cabinets, those are not black. The top cabinets aren't. So I had to be really careful when I got my paint around here. So I don't know if y'all can watch me do this, but let's see. I just took my brush. There's no way to get my wrist back there like I need it to. So you feel kind of silly, but I just took this tiny little brush and I just kind of rubbed my bristles. Can y'all see what I'm doing? I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Around it like this. Guys, I promise it doesn't look crappy. I promise. I would never do that in my kitchen. I am a painter. Why would I want my kitchen cabinets to look crappy, you know? And I just turn it in sideways, make sure all that red's covered. Just like that. Oh, y'all are seeing my head instead. There we go. And just do it like this. Now, honestly, I should have Matt pull the refrigerator out a little bit, but you know, just like I said, most of this is done during the day when he's not here, and that would just be too difficult. So there we go, like that. Oh man, I want to see what Susan is saying. So does anyone have questions that I can look at now? Because I think y'all have actually asked quite a few questions and I haven't been able to see what you were asking. Let's see. And our house had an electrical fire and the paint on the cabinets peeled off in strips. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it did. It was also probably a laminate, you know, it wasn't chalk paint too. Chalk paint won't peel, that's for sure. And hopefully no one has a fire. I'm sure I'll need slick stick on them. You know what, Nancy? I am scared about that. Has anyone done that? Has anyone painted those before? Because I've just heard nightmares about that stuff, but definitely you would need to slick stick. I mean, we do say that, you know, Dixie Belle will paint anything as long as you've gotten your surface ready properly. So that is what slick stick is made for. I mean, if it paints glass and metal, then I don't know why it wouldn't, except I think that that type of cabinet is the type of cabinet that I have been told. Yes, Marcia, that's what I'm doing today. That's exactly what I'm doing. I am painting with the doors and hardware on, and I'm painting around them. And you know what? There's always more than one way to skin a cat. That's my thing. And I think that, and Marcia, maybe you weren't on in the beginning, but I had a whole little dissertation about, I feel like that's what holds so many people back from doing this exact process, is they think, oh, I've got to take off all my doors and I've got to take all the hardware off and it's a pain in the butt. And you know what? It doesn't have to be. And that's coming from someone who painted kitchen cabinets for a living. So, it's, you know, now, am I going to go do this in someone else's house? I don't paint kitchen cabinets anymore. Would I have ever done this in someone else's house? No, because they would have been shocked, right? They expect the whole shebang. But I am doing it the way I fly by the seat of my pants. I have a spare moment and I'm going to paint. And I think it's okay. I think that people will see when they see my project that it looks really good and it's going to hold up well, because I still cleaned. I still primed my surface the way I needed to. And I think it's going to be fine. I've already done a section and it's beautiful and it's been up for a week. What if you lightly scuff the cabinets and use slick stick? Connie, I think you're talking about her laminate. I just really can't advise on that. I really don't know. I don't think that those even scuff. I really don't. Maybe with an actual sander and coarse paper. I really don't. Oh, thermofoil. Yes. Okay, so thermofoil, if they're thermofoil, you have to pull that off. You're right. And then there is a wood cabinet underneath it. Am I not correct? There's usually a pretty wood cabinet underneath that thermofoil. Let's see. If you want to paint oak stained cabinets, what prep do you need? Do I need to sand? No, you do not need to sand. We talked about oak cabinets as well, Sherry, a while ago. If you have oak cabinets, I'm going to keep doing this drawer while I'm talking to y'all. I hope I can get to this without having to, I think I'm going to have to take everything out of here. I am. Let me take this out. If you have oak cabinets and you're going to go a light color, you definitely want to prime. So you want to clean with White Lightning, and then you want to prime your cabinets. If you're going to go with a light color, I would use Boss White. If you're going to go with a darker color, like black or dark gray, you don't need to prime. If you're using antebellum blue or one of the dark grays, you don't need to prime. But if you're using a lighter gray or any light color at all, you definitely need to prime your surface after you clean it. Okay. Here's my hardware. That's what we did something fun with. And y'all, like I said, I will post tomorrow on, oh look, the drill fits in the drawer. Do y'all do that? Like leave your tools in places that you're working and you're like, I just had that screwdriver. Where did it go? Can't find my screwdriver. Like, oh, it's inside. Or where's the peanut butter? It's in the, someone put it in the refrigerator, or someone put the milk in the pantry. You know what I mean. But no, Sherry, you do not need to sand. Yep, just clean and prime depending on what direction you're going. No, Becky, I cannot show my cabinets that I've already painted. I've done, it's a small section. It's my coffee area. And we posted the before on my both Instagram and Facebook. And tomorrow we are going to post the after of that section. So, not tonight. You'll have to wait. I haven't even told anyone what I'm doing the top cabinet yet. But I will. Let's see what time it is. Oh, am I going to have time? All right, let me get this drawer done real quick because I'm determined to get at least one coat over this whole section to show y'all. And then we will move up to the top and I'll break out the color. Who wants to start guessing? Anybody want to start guessing? Oh my gosh, there's so many colors that it could be, right? So, like I said, Dixie Belle's got such great self-leveling to it that you don't really need to add a lot of water to it. You can just have a damp brush if you want, and that will help kind of level out your brush strokes. But it dried so pretty. That section that I won't show y'all till tomorrow. Oh my goodness. So someone said that I saw today, I don't remember who it was, they posted and they said, well, I would like to say, I don't remember what all colors, but they were like, but with all that beige that you've got going on, I'm like, stop. I hate that I have all the beige going on. I hate it. So I can't replace my granite, guys. That's just, I mean, I could, but that's not what I want to do. So I'm trying to pull out the color, the blacks and the grays. There are blacks and grays in the granite, and our walls are painted gray. All of our appliances are black. But I do love color. And my husband was like, no gray on the cabinets. We've already got gray walls all over the whole house. Our den's gray, no gray. So, and we didn't want to do white on the top. He said no white. I didn't want to do white anyway. I mean, if I weren't married, if I just were a woman who had my own place and I didn't have to consider a guy, I probably would have gone with like Plum Crazy or something. I mean, I love color. I probably would have done that. But I have to consider, I got to consider him, especially since he does a very large portion of our cooking. Okay. So that's that. Let's move y'all up a little bit. Y'all are so cute. Drop cloth, French linen. So the backsplash, guys, it's tile. And I saw someone on here said they painted their tile. It's not a slick tile. It's, what do you call it? A tumble stone or something like that. Tumble stone, is that what it's called? Tumble rock or something. But it's definitely that beige word. And I don't like it at all. So I'm considering painting it and doing something fun with it. See me crammed back here in this corner? This is how I work, guys. But you know what? It's going to get done and it's going to look good and it's going to last because I'm going to use good products like my Dixie Belle. All right. I just keep going back over, kind of taking off any excess because I'd rather not have any excess or any buildup on any edges. I just keep kind of running my brush around, especially with this trim here. And then I'll just go back in and see, even up here, I feel like it's kind of pulled a little bit. So I'm just going to run that over the top of that. There we go. Let's do the middle. Let's do this middle. Black and white, painted white with gray stenciling. You love it. You did, Connie, and I have done that. I've done it for clients before, but not in their kitchen. I've done the tile surround. And I do love that too. But this being my kitchen, I just feel like Matt's going to have a cow. He comes, but I probably wouldn't tell him. That's not something that he would just agree on. That is something that I'm just going to have to do. Maria, yes, there was prep, cleaning, just a really, really good cleaning. At the beginning of the video, I talk about the cleaning it really, really well. I used my sprayer with my White Lightning and gave it a good shower. Of course, I used the backside of a sponge and like scrubbed any areas, but it was actually really clean. And just did that and then sprayed it again with just pure water and let it run. Just ran all over and then just wiped and wiped until my paper towels came off clean. And that's it. They're already painted red from years ago. I know what the wood surface was like under it. It does not need any primer. It's a chalk paint surface that's there. And I'm just treating it just like a piece of furniture. It's no different than a piece of furniture. What I put on, making sure it's cleaned and prepped well, obviously. That's what's going to help my paint to adhere. And then the surface coat that I put on the top is really, really important. Your two pieces you did recently that coordinates can't. Yay, Rose, I'm so glad. Thank you. No, I'm not painting the hinges. They are black and I'm leaving them black. They go fine here. And then on the top, it was top coated. Actually, it wasn't waxed. It was glazed. It was a glaze, Vicki, before. It was a red paint and distressed and then glazed and then sealed. And it's lasted really well. It's done great. It's worn well. Is that the word I'm looking for? All right, let's go up. We got 15 minutes. Well, actually not 15 because somebody comes on right behind me. So here we go. We're going up. Up, up. There we go. Let's bring the light in a little bit better so you can see. There we go. And hold tight. Let me get this light up here too. So again, guys, make sure that y'all are following me on my page because tomorrow I will be posting on Facebook the section that I've done that's finished. It's completely finished, sealed and all. Oh, that's what I was going to tell y'all earlier. So y'all know what? I got started on this and I don't have enough clear coat. So this is my clear coat that I was going to use. It's what I used on that small section. It's the top coat, Dixie Belle top coat, clear coat in satin. Love it. Looks amazing on the piece. But that's all I have left. Like that much, like a fingernail's height. So I'm gonna have to get like an urgent order in. Wrong way. All right. Oh, I forgot that I'd already loosened these. So let's get this out. Oh, silly moment. And the hardware, we use Dixie Belle product on too. And I'm not giving that away yet either. Okay, already got a brush ready. I'm just gonna put on some paint and that's it, just so y'all know, okay? So hold on. Please hold. I don't want to show you yet. I do love French linen. I do, but I was trying to get away from the beigey tones. We've got enough of it in here on if I did any kind of beige like that, Melissa, it still pulls it up. Oh man, did I just give it away? Did y'all see my jar? It pulls it from the granite so bad. Like you know how that is when you put something next to granite, it'll pull whatever color you've got next to it. and I'm trying to make it not look so gold. So I went a completely different route because I'm really trying to, the whole rest of our house is very, lots of grays and blacks. All right. Here we go. Where's my mister? Oh, see, there's my mister. Gonna miss my fresh brush because this is a fresh brush. All right. Here we go. Y'all ready? Surprise, surprise. Who wants to guess? Who can tell? I know it's hard. Show me some hearts if you like. I won't get my feelings hurt. But it's amazing. It's an amazing color. Who wants to guess? Sherry, hello from Texas. Juana, I would have loved to have gone with like a deeper turquoise, like antebellum blue or something like that, but Matt is not a fan of turquoise at all. So let's see. Who wants to guess? Yes, Melissa, you're so right. I thought about Savannah Mist. Savannah Mist goes a little too blue for me. Sea Glass heads towards mint a little bit too much. So I went with Vintage Duck Egg. Yes. Yep, I did. I did. And the reason being, I feel like it has a lot of gray tone to it. So with our walls being gray, there's gray right above that. Let me show you again if you came on late. We have Mindful Gray up above that. You see? That's Mindful Gray. And then we have white crown. There's crown, like a really slick white crown molding up at the top. And then Mindful Gray. So it's very clean. It's very, very clean. And I know, Nancy, it is hard to tell. It is hard to tell with the light. Let me bring you up a little bit. Let's see. I know it's got that ring light in there, but if I don't do that, you can't see me at all. So that is that. Oh, yeah, Susan. I mean, you don't have to, but it is in the kitchen, so I highly advise it. I do. Yes, I used top coat and satin. I've already done a section, and I'll be posting that on my page. It's all finished. My coffee pot. My little coffee bar is done, all right? So, Nancy, your walls are Mindful Gray. Love that color. So, yeah, it's Vintage Duck Egg on the top over there and black on the bottom. It's sealed in just a nice kind of a matte satin look, and then the hardware, it's got something fun on it. So, I'm excited. And look how good. Let's put it next to the brick because my entire oven or stove, oven, and all that is encased in a brick. In this house, I'm telling you guys, I told y'all, was built in the 1960s, so it's kind of old, and it just needs some overall, and we need some walls knocked out. We'd like to do the whole Joanna Gaines thing, but that's just not going to happen. So until then, we're just doing small projects, and I was just over the red. I was just tired of it. So I think we're almost out of time, y'all. I'm going to hop on over to my page, Tracy's Fancy, for a little bit. Dixie Belle, thank you so much for these fabulous products that give us all guts enough to try something like this. I know. I know, Donna, I am. I'm actually doing it. I am. And Heather, I do. I think it's a great big difference. So I think it's just going to freshen it up. My daughter said, she's 30. She was like, wow, Mom, I didn't realize how over the red it was until you did the coffee section. I am so over the red. So, all right, guys. Well, we got to get, because we got a live coming on right behind us, and I'm going to head on over to my page and just keep painting. So thank y'all for joining. I hope that I was able to answer questions, show you what you need, give you the confidence to do it. You know, I always put my link at the top of this video in the description. It's right there for you. If you decide to order products, if you decide to tackle a cabinet, I would love you forever if you go ahead and just use my link. That lets Dixie Belle know that I sent you, and they give me a little kickback for that. And I really, really appreciate it. It helps me continue to do these lives with you guys. So thank y'all so much, and Happy Thanksgiving to y'all. I will not see y'all next week. I will not be here next Wednesday. We will not have Whimsical Wednesday next week. So sad, but I'm going to be in an area that doesn't have any reception at all. So I'm going to be very removed. So y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and take care of yourselves. And I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Okay? We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.